Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. The Southern Tier is getting in the spooky season spirit this weekend. Our Sonia Ellison joins us now with a breakdown of all the fun events happening in the region this Halloween.
Halloween may not be until Tuesday, but the Southern Tier is kicking off this holiday weekend with plenty of festive events.
My granddaughters already have toilet papered my house.
Saturday evening, the City of Corning hosts its free Halloween Lane drive-through event from 6 until 8. City residents can cruise Denison Park and see Halloween displays. You can get the required tickets by emailing halloweenlane@cityofcorning.com with your address and number of children before 1 p.m. tomorrow. If it rains tomorrow, Halloween Lane will happen Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Several communities are trick-or-treating Saturday. Canton kicks it off with a parade at 5 p.m., then trick-or-treating until 7:30. Blossburg trick-or-treats Saturday from 6 until 8. Tagsylvania at Tags has a 21 and over Hollywood-themed Halloween party and costume contest Saturday beginning at 8. Earlier in the night, Horseheads High School students can take $5 off a Pick 4 attraction combo ticket with valid ID. Sunday is the Elmira Heights Halloween Pop Market with over 30 vendors, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Elmira Heights American Legion. Later that day, First Presbyterian Church of Big Flats hosts Trunk or Treat 4 to 6 p.m. But it seems the price of candy has got people talking the most.
I'm going to be candyless this year.
Candy costs are up 7.5% this year because of rising cocoa and sugar prices.
Yeah, I think it's pretty ridiculous.
But candy hikes won't come in the way of trick-or-treating this year.
It's my year to have my daughter with me. I'm taking her out trick-or-treating.
No matter how people celebrate Halloween or how early, the City of Corning and beyond has many events to get the Southern and Northern Tiers in the spooky spirit. Sonia Ellison, Big Fox News, Corning.
Air monitoring sensors will be deployed in 28 counties throughout the state. The project is a joint venture between Cornell Cooperative Extension and the State Association for County Health. The sensors will be connected to the EPA's fire and smoking map. This will enable real-time air quality readings monitored by state public health and environmental officials. The data should help with public decision-making, making it easier to assess situations and take action in the form of school closures or issuing public advisories during wildfire events. Corning's St. Mary's Church celebrates its 175th year anniversary this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. with the theme 175 Years of Grace. People of all faiths are welcome to attend the Mass. Since the historical church's 1848 inception, the landmark has been an essential local staple, helping to create 3 more parishes in the Corning area over the decades. Father Matthew Walter, the parochial, says this will not just be a celebration of Catholics here in Corning, but also the entire Corning community. A challenger emerges among Democrats to contend with President Joe Biden's re-election chances. Minnesota Representative Dean Phillips says he now wants the Democratic Party's nomination for president in 2024. He's officially filing his candidacy today in New Hampshire. The 3-term congressman says he's in the running because Democrats need to be about the future, despite President Biden's accomplishments. Phillips says he believes the president would be a weak general election candidate because of his age and low approval ratings. In the Northeast, a massive manhunt in Maine today as authorities continue searching for the suspect accused of killing 18 people and injuring 13 others. Rebecca Castor is in Lewiston, Maine with the latest.
Throughout southern Maine, this extensive manhunt now in its second full day, taking place on land, air, and water. Many Maine schools, government buildings, and businesses remain closed Friday. Officials urging residents to continue sheltering in place as hundreds of law enforcement officers search for mass shooting suspect Robert Card. The 40-year-old alleged shooter, a certified firearms instructor and a member of the U.S. Army Reserves, is facing an arrest warrant for multiple counts of murder after police say he went on a rampage Wednesday night, shooting and killing victims inside a bowling alley and local bar.
We're going to work as hard as we can, as fast as we can, with as many resources as we can to try to bring some kind of closure.
Maine State Police say Card was admitted to a mental health treatment facility over the summer after reporting he was hearing voices and threats to shoot up a military installation. Thursday, the FBI raided Card's home, where authorities found a suicide note from the alleged shooter addressed to Card's son. Across the street, Card's neighbor expressed dismay, saying the last time he saw Card, he was helping his father cut hay on their farm.
It's crazy. I have a neighbor that did something really horrible.
Leroy Walker's son was among those killed. He says police tell him his son tried to confront the shooter with a kitchen knife when he was shot twice in the stomach.
It's the worst thing that's ever happened in these two cities.
Maine's governor and President Biden have ordered flags be flown at half staff for the next 5 days to honor the victims. In Lewiston, Maine, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Overseas, it is day 21 of Israel at war. The IDF is still pounding Hamas targets in Gaza, sending tanks and troops inside the terror stronghold for a second limited incursion. Brian Yennis has more from Jerusalem.
The center of Israel and its commercial capital under attack. A rocket fired from Gaza slamming into an apartment building in Tel Aviv, just one target in a larger barrage. Tel Aviv's police chief says at least 3 people were injured in the strike. Crews are working to enter the building to make sure nobody else is trapped. The rocket damaged both a top floor apartment and an apartment below. Officials telling onlookers to leave the area and instead watch on television. And Israeli tanks and troops briefly entered Gaza in a second raid ahead of a larger ground invasion. Now time could be of the essence.
Yeah, I think it needs to be immediate because they need to understand that, what is going on in Israel is going on in Israel. You're not going to attack our U.S. troops. They need to be protected. Our diplomatic facilities need to be protected because if you let it go on, you're going to see another Benghazi if you're not careful.
Meanwhile, a Hamas official says the terrorist group cannot release the hostages it has captured until a ceasefire deal is reached. This as the number of hostages being held in Gaza by Hamas has risen to 229. That's 5 more than the 224 reported on Thursday. The Israeli defense minister says the battle to eradicate Hamas will be a long one. It's not a matter of days nor weeks, but months. In Jerusalem, Brian Yennis, Fox News.
The United States takes action in the Middle East in response to hits against U.S. facilities. The Pentagon says U.S. fighter jets carried out airstrikes on 2 locations in eastern Syria early today. The Pentagon says the airstrikes were on sites associated with the Iran Revolutionary Guard Corps in response to drone and missile attacks against U.S. bases and personnel. The Pentagon says the attacks on U.S. bases in Syria and Iraq since October 17th have injured 21 U.S. personnel. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says continued precision strikes will defend U.S. interests in the region and aren't tied to the Israel-Hamas war. We'll have your weekend forecast after the break. Plus,
the White House calling the latest economic numbers good news for Americans. I'm Peter Ducey at the White House with the latest on that and why Republicans disagree coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, October is coming to an end in just under a week, but what we note is that it's not feeling like October. We were feeling like it earlier this week into those 50s, but the swings of the temperature has brought us into even the upper 70s yesterday, and today under that sunshine we climbed into the 80s. And from the data I can find, Elmira did have an 80-degree day back in 1950 on November 1st. So not the latest ever, it seems as if, but still later than normal to be pulling these 80-degree days through the end of October. And we are holding mild for the time being. Underneath some partially clear skies, we're watching temperatures hover within those lower 60s. This is where typical highs are this time of the year as we hold on to that light southerly wind. But what we'll watch for as we roll into our early Saturday morning is that a cold front is going to be passing on through. And then once that cold front passes, anywhere from about mid-morning into early afternoon, those temperatures will continue to gradually cool all the way into Sunday Sunday morning, where we will start off with our next round of some rainy conditions throughout our Sunday, as the chill in those temperatures will continue to push into the end of October through early November. Now, first off, talking about that cold front arrival, this is into the midnight time frame here, where we have some of that partial clearing, where temperatures are still very mild as we have that southerly flow. But you can see where the cluster of some of those showers are. That's the cold front passage, so occurring into the afternoon with some scattered showers. Again, some partial clearing, but it's quickly interrupted with a system that is going to be passing on by just to the south of us, bringing us under some rainy conditions. And through 7 p.m. on Sunday, accumulation is looking to be upwards of about a half an inch. We will continue rain showers into Monday, but it is expected to be showery, so only another addition of 1/10 of an inch will be expected. So with us battling those rain showers, we'll also be battling the switch in the temperature trend. Now, 69 is expected to be our high temperature, so cooler than what we've been seeing, but still warmer than normal, which sits at about 56 degrees. But this temperature is going to occur again between mid-morning through early afternoon. And then what we'll watch for here is we look at the winds into Saturday morning. We have that switch, and by about 2 o'clock through 6 o'clock, we pull in a northwesterly wind, not too gusty, but enough where that air mass is going to pull those temperatures down. We'll go from nearly flirting with those 70s for a Saturday afternoon to then by Sunday morning looking at a 30-degree difference as we drop down into those lower 40s, still warmer than normal, but cloud cover is what's going to keep us from totally tumbling, but we won't see much improvement into the afternoon temperatures. We do settle just around those mid-50s as showers spread their way into the area, and then showers will continue to cool us, and then clearing will bring some of those more brisk and frosty mornings, especially as some scattered showers will stick around into our Halloween forecast before into the first weekend of November. We'll have some sunshine and improving conditions.